take the collective knowledge of what we have in this industry, all the things that have gone wrong in this industry, all the things that hold the average person back, and really take that and get rid of those barriers, and just help people. So I'm just insanely excited. I don't think Hitesh has slept in like a couple days. We're all running
Jeez,
on 3 days,
jeez.
guys. Crazy. My last night, my wife's telling Hitesh, get some sleep. Go to sleep. But we're just excited. We're just excited, and we've got so much to share and so much to give, and we have so much to learn, and we know that, and we're excited about that too. So, just amazing, guys. This is I want you guys to mark your calendar. Just mark it down. Remember this day, and remember what's happening here, because we're about to change this entire industry, and I hope you guys know how sincere I am when I say that. So, pretty excited. I'm just jacked up. I'm ready to get some more work done. I'm ready to help you guys build. I'm ready to listen to your input and go with it. So yeah, I'll stop. I think that was a long-winded introduction, but we love you guys. We love you guys. We want you to succeed. So
Well, not only do we love you guys, at this point we need you guys to keep us awake because this gets us jacked up on these webinars and give you a play-by-play. And earlier today it was Hitesh and I 2 hours into the launch on a webinar, and I heard Hitesh say we're high on no sleep, and certainly we're a lot higher on no sleep. So I want to be a little more systematic tonight. And first I want to talk to you broad strokes industry. And what I'm going to describe to you here is talking about making money outside of a traditional job. And really there's there's not going to be much of an argument, I don't think, when I roll this out to you. In the industry of working from home, the online facet of it, the warm market physical product is difficult enough. But the online facet, when I started first rolling into this, I was new 3-4 years ago. I'd say, yeah, let's learn Google AdWords. Well, they don't work anymore. They just ban your accounts. Oh, okay. Well, let's get some Facebook marketing up. Well, really, Facebook marketing is for people, they're really into engaging with each other. You have to be very good at to make it work. Okay, let's sell some ClickBank product. Difficult to sell the click. So this is what I went through, okay? And it just seems to be narrowing, and the ability to make money online became so stringent for everybody. And then what happened? The launch of high-yield programs. And finally, everybody was back in the game with the high-yield programs. Post an ad, make some money, 2% daily, 50%, spin the circle, make $1 million, all that stuff. But they went down. And they went down, and they went down, and they went down. So we have what I envision is people that had a taste for making money, okay, 5-10 years ago, and then it became more and more narrow. Only the elite could make money online. Then when the high-yield programs came out, everybody was back in it, and then they all got stung, and they're scrambling. A lot of them are back to work, losing homes, everything else, struggling. So we're rolling out the easiest thing for someone to do, and we always say the average person. What can we do for the average person? And I'm going to show you just really modestly what entailed in for a DS Domination member to make money with just the product. That's another saying we have. In every other facet of the industry, you cannot make money with just the product. I was in a company before that the product was milkshakes, okay? I couldn't make money just drinking the product. But our product here, online trading, focusing on eBay, Amazon, other companies, every single person up to my 77-year-old mother can make money just on the product. And I'll give you a brief, non-beautiful illustration right here on exactly, how easy it is. I have a split screen here of Amazon and eBay. These guys are mortal enemies, okay? And we're just going to marry these mortal enemies together to make money. And you should know I've been doing it for over a decade to pay my bills. Then I went into training at $2,500 a pop, and people were paying their bills. We got so many six-figure income earners that have done this training and are making incredible money on here. And all the folks that are just warming up to it, they thought eBay was burnt out. And meanwhile, I'm just sitting here paying the bills and loving life and stuff like that with eBay. And then as I met these two gentlemen on the phone, I was able to take it to a massive scale like DS Domination to show everybody. And you'll learn there's absolutely no saturation point. So let me show you just briefly, on the split screen here, I have Amazon on the left and eBay on the right. Really all we're doing is we're taking product, you can't see it all, but here's some dishes down here in the lower left, and we're showing you how to copy this image and paste the image over to your eBay account, copy the description that's behind this image on eBay, on Amazon, move that over to your eBay account and put it up for sale. It's really that simplistic. Now, what you'll have to know is how to price it, how to find things that fall between that gap of selling for more on Amazon or on eBay than they do on Amazon, how to search that. Very not difficult. You don't have to think to yourself, well, what can I sell? The training's going to guide you right down the funnel of what to sell. You know, hey, this one-wheeled lawnmower sold for $60 and Amazon has it for $20. I'm going to sell the one-wheel lawnmower. We're going to show you how to go down that path to do that. There's really zero thought into this at all. So anybody can do this, all right? Now, there's more training back there on how to do this and how to get the listings up, how to get found, how to title optimize, all of this stuff. So you can't just grab this in the webinar and go do it. You're running into walls. And we call that DSD Pro, okay? The Pro. Don't let Pro scare you like you've got to be a pro. We just call it the Pro, all right? And that's the 1995 entry level. I'm going to talk to everybody about the levels. I'm going to bring Hitesh out here to actually document the levels, because earlier today we were 45 minutes from the webinar, and I was like, you know, Hitesh, what about the $1,500 website we're giving everybody? What about the, and we were naming things that were like the best prize on the planet for any other webinar, and we were just using them as afterthoughts. So there's so much. I'm going to have Hitesh come out and roll these out in detail, but I'm going to give them to you verbally. As you upgrade to the Elite, you go from making $5, $10, $15, $20 a sale on eBay to $50, $100 a sale. And I have all kinds of product in the demos and the videos that I just went over and searched. I was on with Kevin maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when we started conceiving this idea, and we were just chit-chatting about eBay. I said, what's this, Kevin? And I went over to eBay, 5 minutes, boom, 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 boom. And Kevin's like, what? I was like, yeah, there's a $120 profit. It's stuff that I already sold, like the day before. Made 100. Tim, this wasn't my listings. I was showing other listings I was able to find in 5, 10 minutes. And that's the Elite. And that's the $99 product. In the Unleashed product, we took all kinds of little industry secrets as I've worked with six-figure income earners. We've mastermind session, and that's a $249 one-time buy it now product. In the Unleashed product, all kinds of secrets in there, cashback rewards, you know, how to just make extra money, multiple more sites, the hottest sites that I've ever used to make massive profits, how I did $2,400 in profit in one day is in there, et cetera, et cetera. Then we rolled out Monopoly. Monopoly's the fun part. You know, all of the other trading is going to make you incredible money, but this is yacht and doctor type money, okay? Well, beyond doctors, all right? I make more than doctors, but yacht and just fantasy money, I guess I can describe it. We flip it upside down. And by that, we start selling on Amazon. And Amazon, there's a lot less saturation on Amazon. There's a lot less competition. There's a more mature audience on Amazon. There's still the mystique that eBay is you're getting stuff out of someone's garage, where Amazon, people are just there to buy, all right? And I do demonstrations where I'll search just a broad search, and I'll find that every single item on Amazon in that category is $200, $300, and I'll show you an example of where we get it for $49 and move it over to Amazon. I'll take my second best, hottest site that I've ever used for drop shipping that I invented 10 years ago, my second best, hottest site with, I don't know, 1 million items on it, and I'll show you point blank how to get 25% off those items. And that might not seem fantastical because you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's going to equate to actually this. In the eBay drop shipping world, 25% off this site is like you getting 25% off your groceries for life at your local grocery store. And it's just that easy, okay? And that's going to be in the Monopoly. And there's also, you know, we have lead generation training and the marketing extreme that Hitesh is going to talk about, all kinds of perks, all kinds of bonuses, all kinds of software in here. I can go on and on and on, but I'll just turn to freak. And Hitesh is like, what's this guy talking about? Put him in bed. So I'm going to bring Hitesh out here, okay?
Okay.
And Hitesh is going to try and visualize those levels that I just talked to you about and exactly what's in there in a less frantic format, okay? And let me go ahead and make you the presenter, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Roger. Now, as you can imagine, I don't have a whole lot of time to have prepared this since Roger just threw it at me saying, oh, Hitesh is going to show this to you. Okay, sure. Hitesh will show it to you. Okay, well, what I've tried to do is, in the meantime, as Roger was talking, I have just basically listed off the main training programs in here. Okay, there are 4 major training programs in here, which is DS Domination Pro, Elite, Unleashed, and Monopoly. Okay, and basically Pro is, you could really think of it as a very basic, very simple system. And here's why it's so crucial and why it's so simple. Even though the actual profit generation in Pro is lower than Elite or Unleashed, it's actually the easiest. It's very, very simple. It's literally copy paste, and you're going to start making income with that right off the bat. Okay. It's very, very easy to follow. And we basically take a person who might not even know what eBay and Amazon are, and we're going to take them from that point to actually generating their first sale on there, most of the time, very, very quickly. In sometimes as little as 24 hours. And we're having a lot of people who actually understand what eBay is about, Amazon is about. We're having people making sales within their first 30 minutes. Okay, so that's what Pro is all about. Okay, it's really about getting started quickly. Okay, it's about a quick start, because we want the person who's starting to use DS Domination to actually see success. That's one of the biggest problems that people have. There's really like a window of about 3 days. There are people who join anything, they're super excited for those 3 days, and if they don't get results in those 3 days, they kind of move on, or they get, they just kind of lose it. So that's what this is about. It's about getting you going very quickly. Once you have moved on from that, we give you 6 other sources for DS Domination Elite. You get much higher profit margin product sources, you get automated sources, you get traffic, and you get software systems in place that we're putting in right now, which will help you manage all of your listings, help you manage all of your, basically all of your profits coming in even better. And then Roger explained very well what the Unleash is all about. You get some secret sources, sites, additional sites to sell stuff on. You get a cashback system. Actually, a couple of the sites that we are talking about in Elite and Unleashed, if you just use those 2 sites, you would receive about $1,000 in cash back at the end of the year. Okay. Now consider what that means. That means that you are being paid by these sites even more money to sell products which are making you money. It's insane. So that's what's going on with Unleashed. And then we finally have DS Domination Monopoly, which is about basically monopolizing the internet. So instead of selling just on eBay, you are now selling on Amazon in addition or instead of eBay. Okay, so you have even higher profit margin, you have a much bigger market, you have true buyers on there, and you could have just products posted there making 30-40 sales a day, literally doing nothing but just having your listing on Amazon. And we have some things in place here, because there are a lot of hurdles to cross over if you want to ever sell on Amazon, and we actually have systems in place to get you over all of those hurdles very, very easily without you having to set up a whole organization and a company and a manufacturing plant. You don't need to do any of that stuff, but you get to have the benefits of having done all of that stuff. So it's awesome right there. But all of this is all about you using the product itself and you generating an income from that, or everybody that you refer into DS Domination generating an income from that. And that right there is the key difference between a company that will fail and a company that will succeed. 99% of the companies out there are destined to fail, because once they have saturated their market, once enough people are using their product, their entire organization starts dropping out from the bottom up. And that happens because the people at the, who are very new, or the newbie or the average person who's at the bottom of the pile is never going to be able to generate any income with that. And let's face it, majority of the people join companies because they're looking for something to generate an income with. They're not just looking to get a lot of product. So this is one of the only systems out there where when you refer somebody in, they're actually going to be they're going to be successful. They're going to start generating an income right off the bat. Now, how do we take that and actually make it a massive viral growth effect? How do we take that and make you a whole lot more money, even on the affiliate side, where you are the one who's actually in charge of just referring people in there or watching them grow over time, and you generate a lot more income from that. So here's what we did for that. We added in a whole system that we're going to call the Market Extreme. Okay, and you should be able to actually see that in your members area, but you won't be able to access it yet. Okay, the Marketing Extreme system is one of our things that we've worked on for over a year and a half. And what this does is we give you all the landing pages, all of the traffic generation, all of the lead generation, all that stuff right off the bat. What every other person out there wants to charge you for, they say, I'm going to teach you how to generate leads, or I'm going to teach you how to generate traffic. We say, you know what, that's a waste of time. We don't want to necessarily spend all of our time just teaching you and you spending all of your time just learning it. You want to do that, that's great. We have the training, But we're going to go a step beyond. We're going to say, hey, listen, you want a bunch of traffic? Here's where you go get the traffic. That's it. You don't need to learn where it comes from. You don't need to learn how to optimize it. You don't need to learn anything about it. You want to buy a bunch of leads? Here's where you go to get the leads. And you just get the leads directly from your members area. So you are now doing traffic generation, lead generation. You have all these automated campaigns in place and all this stuff going on at complete autopilot that you don't ever have to even think about anymore. So that right there is a whole other section where you have traffic, leads, and automated promotions happening on your behalf. Now let's wind back for a second and let's consider what would be the one thing that would stop somebody from being successful with all of the stuff in place. There are only two things that could basically be a problem. One is if they just don't take any action, okay, and there's really very little treatment for that, although we have one, and I'm going to show you that in a second. The other thing is if people are not able to cash flow things properly, if people say, you know what, I don't have money to buy traffic, I don't have money to buy leads, I don't have money to source products and post products from Amazon here and there, I need money right now, what do I do? Things like that. And that's far more common than you might think. It's actually far more common than even I realized for a long time. So what we did for that, and this is actually planned within this week, within the next 7 days, you're going to see this in the members area. All of the members, starting at the pro level, are going to get the option to basically work with some strategic CPA offers. Okay, and all they're going to do is you're going to log in. You're going to say, you know, it'd be great if I could have an extra $50 to throw towards traffic today. What you're going to do is you're going to fill out a few CPA offers, and we're going to show you exactly what that CPA offer is going to pay you for you to fill it out. Some of it might be like survey type of stuff, but for example, something might be download this app on your iPhone and play a game. Stuff like that. If you do that, you end up getting some cash right into your account in DS Domination. You can use that cash. You can use it to buy traffic. You can use it to buy leads. You can use it to buy products on eBay to sell them on Amazon, or you could do basically anything that you want. But more than that, you could say, you know what, I just wanted $50 because I have a bill pending, and you could just pay the bill if you want to do as well. And we have actually already tested this. We have actually been doing this for a while. This is not something brand new that we just threw out there. We've done this for a long time, have had insane results with it. People love it. People have been using it for a while. And we are basically going to incorporate that in here and make it so easy that now literally somebody could join at the pro level. They could have their pro membership fee made back pretty much within like 10 to 15 minutes just by doing this one section. So now they've done this. They have their cost made back. Their whole system becomes free. Now they can take the rest of the month to generate one sale on eBay, and they have a profitable business. That's as easy as this is. There's nothing else out there that's even close to this in terms of how effective it is. Now, there's a lot of other stuff that we have also included. We have a free website system in place where when you sign up as a DS Domination Pro member, one of the things that we want you to do is we want to generate profits from selling on eBay, but we also want to generate profits from when you're ordering products off of Amazon or other sites. So the way you do that is you actually get an affiliate commission from Amazon for selling their product. The only problem is that to be an affiliate, you have to have a nice website, submit it to Amazon, they have to approve it. Now, I understand that a vast majority of people neither have the time nor the inclination to try and build a nice website or take their time to do a nice website. So what we did is essentially partnered up with a web development firm, and we said, listen, these are all our members. We really want them to succeed. All we want you to do is charge them nothing and build them free websites. Okay, so all you'll do is you log into the members area and you're going to see an option to get a free website. You're just going to buy your domain name and hosting, and we're going to actually get the website built for you. You just submit the website to Amazon, and now you have another income stream coming in. You're now earning from selling products on eBay, and you're earning from the CPA offers, and you're earning from actually selling the product. So when the product sells, you're actually earning a commission even on the sale being made from Amazon. So it's amazing how many different source of income you can have coming in. And at that point, consider, I want you to really recognize this and really let it sink in. At that point, you have not generated a single traffic visitor, you have not generated a single lead, you have not talked to anyone, you have not recruited anyone, you have not done anything that you would do in a traditional business or in a traditional opportunity, and you are already generating income from 3 or 4 different traffics from different income sources, and it's all on autopilot. You can literally just do it entirely from your computer without ever having to get out there. And then you know how this is actually growing right now, how a lot of people are already building it. They are using it and they're posting their results on Facebook, and they have friends and family saying, "Oh, I see you're selling on eBay. How are you doing that?" It's a totally different approach because now you have people saying, "Oh, you are selling on eBay. I've always wanted to sell on eBay. How are you doing that?" And then they just give them the link to our training, and that's it. So there's nothing else out there that's so easy to share, that's so easy to build, that's so easy to grow with, and that has the insane income potential that this has. And speaking of which, I'm going to actually pass this on to Kevin because I know Kevin has been itching to speak. So I'm going to pass it on to Kevin, and not to Roger because I know Roger likes to talk. So we're going to keep Roger quiet longer.
Are we kicking Roger off?
And yes, and then Kevin is going to basically explain the entire commission structure and how you can actually grow this into a humongous income source for yourself just on the affiliate side as well. Okay, so take it away, Kevin. And do you want me to make you a presenter?
No, that's okay. You can just leave it right there. But I'll tell you guys, for the income side, before I get into that and building this as its own standalone business, as a network marketing company by itself, I want to kind of stress something real quick that kind of piggyback off of what Hitesh said. He said a lot of it, but I want to pinpoint one thing. If you guys have been around in this industry for the last couple of years, you've seen some crazy things happen. You've seen a company by the name, I won't say the name, but it rhymes with Alice, and it went up because it had a viral effect and people could refer other people very easily offline. So it went up pretty good. It did something that I thought was great, which was it expanded our pond in network marketing. And then we saw Zeek Rewards come out, and while our industry and our government doesn't like that form of marketing or that structure of a company, there was a virality to it. And there's a lot of lessons to be learned there, because what happened was it expanded our pond. And when I say that, I mean in network marketing, we're all in a pond. We're all fishing in the same pond. There's a couple million network marketers that label themselves as network marketers, and that they're open to listening to something that can put more money in their bank account along the lines of a network marketing company or an MLM. There's only so many of them, and it grows every year, but it grows very slowly. So that's why you see people that have been in 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 different network marketing companies. Count how many you've been in. Think about it like that. You were all in this pond, and then there's some smaller fish and there's some bigger fish. And the bigger fish, all they do is they have more nets in the water. Okay, they know how to generate more leads, so they can get more prospects to see what they're doing. And I love these pictures, guys. So it's really we're all in the same pond. What DS Domination is doing, and what we kind of set out to do when we started this, was grow that pond exponentially. All right, there's only so big a company can get by fishing in that pond. So we want to expand that out. And like Hitesh said, when somebody comes along and you tell them, you're making an income selling stuff on eBay, they can identify with that. Psychologically, they can identify with that. Everybody here can. And your entire family can. I'm not saying go recruit your friends and your family right now. I'm just saying that they are more open to hearing about that than they are about your juice or your pill or whatever network marketing your company you're in. Keep doing those. Those are awesome. But your pond smaller. We're making your pond bigger here at DS Domination. So I just want to get that out there, that that a lot of these companies are limited, very limited, because they only have so many people in a pond. And there's been a few companies that have started to break through that, but no one's ever really done it until DS Domination. That's one of our main goals, is to break out of that pond, make our pond bigger, so bring more people into network marketing. So with the comp plan, though, guys, it's pretty cool, because most of these companies, a lot of companies that I've been involved in, Roger's been in, Hitesh has been in, we look at them and we love network marketing companies, but one of the biggest problems is it takes like 14 people to make your money back, right? It takes a huge organization to make a small income. And that's fine if you can put in 300 people and then they can grow to 6,000. That's great. But if you can only put in 2 or 3, if you can only recruit 2 or 3 people, well, what does that do for you? That does nothing for you. So we wanted a compensation plan that really you could break even very, very fast on your tuition in DS Domination. You could break in very fast, and you could get into profit very fast. So at the top of this comp plan, what we've done is we've actually scheduled it out. It's set out 10 levels. But level 1, guys, for anyone that you refer, you earn 50% of whatever they buy within the system as long as, of course, you also have that that product yourself, because we want our members. We don't want people running around selling products that they don't own. So definitely, to qualify for it, you've got to have the product yourself. But 50% commissions on tier one. This is kind of it's kind of ridiculous. Most network marketing companies stop right there, and they have something called breakage, and they only pay out in the total in the compensation plan. They'll only pay out 50%. Okay, for the entire comp plan. We're talking about on level one for the referring person, they're going to pay out 50%. On level two, we get a whopping 10% of whatever you sell, guys. You get 10% of that. So if you look at this from, I want you to think, if you refer somebody and they go crazy, what can happen here? So you refer somebody like T. Lamont, and he goes insane and does all kinds of sponsoring. That can make an insane amount of money if you're earning 10% on that level two. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we're pretty excited about that. And then we're moving down to level three. We've got 5%, and level four, 3, and level 5, we're rounding it out at 2. So it's pretty robust, and we pay out a total 75%. Most network marketing companies can't do that. They can't stay afloat with that. And then there's something else that I want to toss in here. I told you we pay on 10 levels. Those 10 levels come in the form of 6 through 10. You get 1% if you qualify for that. If you have 14 team members total. So if you have 14 team members, you qualify for that. And it's not 14 people you refer, 14 total team members. You're going to qualify for 1% on tiers 6 through 10, guys. That's 75% commissions. That's 75% commissions. That's more, believe it or not, when you look at some of these companies that say they pay 100% commissions, they're not actually paying 100% commissions because you have pass ups. You have pass ups on every fourth or fifth sale and stuff like that. And so they don't even pay out 75. So I think we're probably the highest in the industry as far as payout. And when you look at the amount of money you can make just in this comp plan, it's amazing. But toss in this too, when you're talking to prospects or when you're talking to other team members, we actually pay out 175% commissions. And I'll tell you why. Because anything you sell on Amazon, anything you sell on eBay, you're making 100% of that. We don't get a cut of that. That goes straight into your pocket. So I like to think of our comp plan as paying out 175%. You come in here, you learn, you take the products and the training that we have here. You go apply that, you do it. It's simple, it's step by step, it's easy. And you're going to make a ton of money outside of the system, and you keep 100% of that. So pretty insane, guys. There's really nothing like it in our industry, and we've had several people come up and go, "How can you guys possibly do this?" But we're all about seeing the average person succeed and make money. So we wanted to have the highest amount of commissions we can possibly make. Now there is a catch, guys. There's a small catch. There is an affiliate fee. To be an affiliate and actually sell with us and sell the products and sell the services, you can be a customer. All right, we have customers and we have affiliates. Not everybody wants to be an affiliate, and that's fine. But if you want to be an affiliate, there is a $9.95 monthly affiliate charge. That handles a lot of things like the processor payments. Every time we process a sale, we have to go out there and we pay a fee on that. Now, some of the companies that are out there now, if you process a sale with them, you get charged per that sale. So if a $500 sale goes through, you're going to get a percentage of that held back from your check. They don't even talk about that. You find that out later. So again, that's another one of those 100% programs, right? So this 995 covers all of that. And in a lot of cases, we're actually we might even go a little bit in the negative on that ourselves, and it's not going to cover it, and that's fine because overall in the system it will. So 995, that's it, guys. And you keep the 75%, and that's a legal distinction for us. It's a law. We have to have a legal distinction between customers and affiliates. So when you get that question, why do I pay a $9.95 affiliate fee? There's a couple things going on. One, it covers the daily operations, the actual sales, the sales video, the hosting that we pay to keep on your sales videos, and to process the payments. And oh, by the way, it's actually required, and we keep it. I think this is our fee, guys. I think a couple companies I've been in, they're like $49.95. Some companies $19.95. I think this is the lowest one out there. So pretty cool, pretty cool. But
And
that's it.
actually, just to make a yeah, actually, just want to clarify this one quick thing because a lot of you will probably log into your members area in DS Domination, you'd say, hey, I don't see a place to pay $9.95 right now, right? Well, we decided not to actually charge the $9.95 for until the end of this month. We'll give you the option. You can activate it right away, but we didn't want to force that right off the bat because we just launched. We know that we probably will have some issues in the whole system and so on and so forth. So we assumed that it wouldn't be fair to go ahead and start charging you right away for the affiliate distinction because the first commission run will actually begin in September. Okay, so you will all have the option to go in and pay the affiliate fee whenever you're ready, but you don't actually have to do that yet. You will only have to do that before September. Okay, so don't worry about that right now. You can go ahead and start promoting. You do have your links in place already. You can use your links if you want to build and you want to share your link with other people. You're free to do that. Do not worry about having that I haven't paid this fee yet. Okay, you will only have to worry about this starting in September.
Awesome, 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 awesome. So I'm hoping you guys are pretty excited about this comp plan because we sure are. Definitely pretty amazing. 75% inside the system as an affiliate, 100% outside of the system when you sell on eBay and sell on Amazon. And I want to say this too. When you look at the monopoly, DS Domination Monopoly, if you guys don't have that, go get that right now. Like make that your number one thing to do because the monopoly is ridiculous. Roger told me when he was doing the course, he's like, Kevin, you don't understand. There are some things in here that are just like, if I had nothing else going on and couldn't make any money doing anything, I could just use a couple of these strategies and I know I'm set for life. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Send me the videos, right? And I get them and I start watching them going through the course and it's right. It's ridiculous. Monopoly is it's insanity. The amount of money that can be created in there. So
and there's a very simple, good reason for that too. Like Roger explained earlier, the big reason that there's so much money there is you all know that Amazon has even more traffic than eBay does. Okay, but there is a very unique thing about that. First of all, there's a healthy balance of sellers and buyers on eBay. A lot of people on eBay are also sellers. Amazon doesn't have a lot of sellers. The traffic that Amazon gets is predominantly buyers. Like majority of them, 95% plus of the people on Amazon are actually buyers. But the other cool thing is that not everyone can go and sell on Amazon. The only condition for you to sell on eBay is that you should have a PayPal account. Really, that's about it. But to sell on Amazon, there are actually some pretty unique conditions, especially if you want to list actual products, and in large quantities, which is what you want to do to make a lot of money. And because of that barrier to entry there, majority of the people will never even try to go and become an official seller on Amazon. The way that we have structured it is that there's a very simple way. If you just know about this, okay, this is all about having the right knowledge. If you have the right knowledge and you have the right tools, you can go in and you can turn this to your advantage, and you can be one of the few people selling on Amazon without having to deal with any of the conditions that majority of the companies out there have to deal with. So it really is insane and awesome how this has been set up, and it's funny how this conversation even came about because when Roger brought this up to me, I've been honestly thinking about it, about going on Amazon and selling stuff on there because I have one of the contacts that we know who sells literally over $20 million worth of stuff between Amazon and eBay right now. So it's something that I know is massive. It's something that I know is very easy to do, and I can almost guarantee that before the end of this year, whether or not Roger joins in, I will definitely be on there selling on Amazon as well.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't. I want to get on there and sell on Amazon. Guy, I can't even tell you how powerful it is. Like words wouldn't do it justice. What you can do here with just the knowledge in a couple of the modules in there, it's just a huge eye opener and insane amount of money to be made there. And you know what's great, guys, is that we can talk about a product that you can make money with, whether or not you sell it. This is one of the things that I love about DS Domination is that we're talking about the product here. We would never, if we're any other company, would never talk about our juice or our pill or our elixir that would make us money. It just doesn't happen. You can't order a product from a network marketing company and go make money with it. Even if the product is a digital, even if it's a blog, you would still have to go get something else and put it on there to try to make money with it and monetize it. This, we're talking about making money with the information. And that's just a huge game changer. Nobody out there does that. Think about it. What company out there does that? Nobody does, just DS Domination. So awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff.
Okay, I
And
can't handle it. I gotta talk. I gotta talk. I can't
no,
handle it.
Roger, hold on. No. Let's
No,
mute
no,
him.
All right.
yeah, can we mute him?
Okay.
Okay, he can talk now.
Okay. So, a couple things that these guys said that just jumped out at me, and then I want to. There's also another component here that these guys hasn't mentioned yet, because there's so much, and this is just a massive money in your pocket component to this, just massive. And just hold on for a second, I'll bring that up. But when Kevin was saying, you get 100% commissions on stuff that you sell over there, I'm like, of course you get 100% on the money you sell on eBay. When we were talking about this in the last week or so, and in my mind, well, of course you do. And you do, of course. But the thing is, when Kevin was saying at this time, I started reflecting back on other companies. And last year I was in a company, I did over $4 million in sales for this company, okay? And for that, I received $276,000 in commission. Awesome. But I started reflecting on that, and that's 5% that I received on $4-point-something million in sales, right? So here, when Kevin mentioned again, hey, all that stuff you sell and make money on eBay, Amazon, everything else, you get 100% out of it. It was just kind of a light bulb eye-opener, like, yeah, you do. That's awesome. So 170%, pretty cool. Now, I want to go back to where I started to give you guys a visualization. And this is just, I'm a really logical guy. I have a lot of science, weird background. I'm a really logical guy. So I want to roll out just a few little steps here that will make this logical for you. If you think about it, one of the things that you desire in life is more money. No logic, no argument. You'd like to make more money. So if you go into the physical world or the online world, to make more money, you have to get into the cash flow. And that's not just soft words. You picture dollar bills float in the air. That doesn't make sense. So let me make it practical for you. The cash flow at a McDonald's is you put money in, you get your Big Mac or whatever, and then the manager puts it in the safe and Brinks shows up and drives it to the bank. That's where the money travels to. You cannot legally, tap into that money unless you're a McDonald's employee, okay? And the cash flow at your job probably goes something like they get a payroll and they have some cash in a bank and they write you a check and you get it. And that's very limited based on your performance. The other cash flow is you own the McDonald's, et cetera, et cetera. So cash flows throughout the streams and rivers of life all over the place. But to tap into it, you have to have a special skill set in general to make extraordinary cash flow in the physical world. And you have to know where it is. It has to be demand, all kinds of stuff involved. In the online world, where does the cash flow that you can easily tap into? ClickBank? No. You build a website and make some money? No. Where is the cash flow that you can easily tap into? So there's massive money being poured into eBay. There's massive money being poured into Amazon. And now this is you guys having the opportunity to tap into the cash flow. If you could take a pen and paper note and write, where's the cash flowing online, you'll come up with 10 or 20 results. And then you figure out how to tap into them, you'll come up with one result, and it's right here in front of you. Here's the thing. We talked about making money on Amazon and making money on eBay. There's one more little monster giant out there we forgot to mention, a little something called making money on Google. What a nightmare. You turn on Google, anytime, I don't know about you guys, anytime Google rolls out, it seems like all the tech guys are like, hey, are you using the new Google Gmail reverse platform +1? I don't know what the heck a +1 is. I don't even know what that is, okay? I have no clue. You get a +1 and there's a firework or something. I don't have any idea what that stuff is, okay? But here's what I do know. There's massive amounts of purchases being made on Google. And what I put into the elite section is when you have your items on eBay, with a click of a button, they'll still say on eBay for sale. They're going to transfer over to a site, and that site is going to sell them on Google for you, risk-free. No money charged. You tell them, hey, when it sells, I'm willing to chuck you 10% of the money, or 5%, or 15%, up to 17%. But you don't care because you set the price with the product that we show you where to get it from, so you don't care what the percentage you give the guys. Take a dresser, and the dresser's $50, sell it for $100. You got that markup, and give them 17%. The highest percentage, they're going to go out and market it like crazy for you. You got no skill set. You don't even know what a +1 is. You don't need any of that. You don't even know AdWords, shopping comparisons, like none of that. You click a button, and now you're selling on Google. And back to the flow of the money. Where's the money flowing? Online, eBay, Amazon, Google. Anything else that's on your page, you have to be extremely specialized to tap into that money. Here, well, it's right in front of you. Okay, I'm calm. Back to you guys.
I love when Hitesh put up there on the screen, Roger just doesn't care. It made me think of honey badgers. Actually.
Honey badgers, yeah.
Roger's like our little honey badger. He just doesn't care. Crazy guys, crazy guys. This is insanity. I'm hoping you guys can kind of feel this and see. Fast forward 6 months, a year from now, we keep adding to this and adding to this and adding to this, and the more people that see this vision and see what you can really do, it just gets too powerful. It gets too powerful. Yeah, awesome.
Hey, let me put the price points for everyone. No, you guys go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Sorry, Roger.
I want to talk. It's okay. I want to talk to the marketers now. Okay, we've laid out how incredible this product is to be a customer. Now I want to talk to the marketers who are talking about building teams. Okay, and I've built teams in the thousands. All right. And Hitesh touched on this originally when he transferred over from customer to affiliate type of money. And the erosion from the bottom up, the last guy quits because he's not making any money, and then it erodes up because the next guy's not making any money, and you're just chasing yourself, man. I don't care how good you are. You can't recruit unlimited. I was in $1 billion company, the top recruiter in the history of the company, and my team started to erode from the bottom up. Okay? It just happens. But here's the thing for all the marketers that want to grow this out and build large teams. You saw what happens at the $19.95 a month. Everybody makes money at the $19.95 a month. Is anybody leaving if they're making money at the $19.95 a month? Even if they memorized all the videos and they understood it, we have rollouts coming out, software coming out, training coming out, webinars coming out. They would be insane. They would have to be a masochist to spite us to quit. It's impossible. So you're in there, you're making all this money at the $19.95, all right? And I'm on webinars and I'm sending out emails going, hey, look at this item on eBay that sold yesterday and made $200-300 profit. The supplier of this item is in the elite. When you purchase the elite, I'm going to show you exactly where that item was. Now, you probably can't go out and sell it because all 1,000 people go out and try and sell it, but it'll show you proof that people are making hundreds and hundreds of dollars per sale at the $99.95 level, so you're obviously going to upgrade. So now as a grower of a team, you can see people upgrading from the $19.95, totally happy, your team making money long-term for probably the first time ever. Now they're at the $99.95. Guess what? More money for you. Can we stick them? Will they stay at the $99.95 level? Here's the question. They're making hundreds to $200 a sale. They won't even care about the $99.95 a month. They won't care, but let's set that aside. The software and the connectivity that we'll have engaging right with eBay, with things that are coming out, and I'll touch on some of them. Automated listers, all right? Click a button, the item automatically lists for you in bulk. Not one item, like let's put up 20 items. Click back to 20 items, okay? Stuff like that. Software where it goes in and adjusts your price on eBay up or down 3 cents, okay? And what that does is it says to eBay, hey, there's a new price fluctuation here. And eBay says, well, it's something new. Let's see if our customers like it and move their rank up on their listing to a more prominent position, okay, just by that little software. Or you can go in and manually change your price 3 cents up and down, but that's a nightmare, okay? Stuff like that will keep people in the $99.95, and, of course, they'll stay in there because they're making money, all right? And when your team's making money, the last guy and down at the bottom never, ever leaves, and then nobody else does. This will be the most massive retention rate, we think, in the entire industry. And I'm just speaking to the builders of the program. Certainly the customers are loved, appreciated, and you guys are getting all kinds of value as well. Back to you, Hitesh. Back to you, Kevin.
I'm just going to make smiley faces for everyone, but I think even simpler than what Roger said, the bottom line is if people are making money, they're going to be happy and they're not going to quit, right? But this this one thing over here, the fact that we have this instant cash coming in from CPA offers, which is literally in minutes. Somebody could log in, first time ever, literally in minutes, download an app on their phone, make some money. Literally could go on a website, fill out a form, make some money. Go and sign up for Netflix and make some money. It's stuff like that, okay? It doesn't get any simpler than that. It's like how much crazier can it get? How much crazier can it get than saying, hey, listen, go sign up for $19.95. 15 minutes later, you would have made your first $30 or $40 or $50, whatever it is. They've already paid for their 3 months of membership in the first 15, 20 minutes. They don't care at that point that, oh, I can't believe I'm paying $19.95 to get this juice bottle being shipped to my house. It doesn't work that way. This is totally different. First of all, the price point is way lower than what majority of the people are used to paying in this industry. But more than that, it's the amount of value they get out of that. There's a thing about perceived value. As a marketer, one of the first things you learn is how everything is about perceived value. It's not about the real price of objects. For example, my wife and I could walk into the same store and she's going to think that a quilt is worth $50. I'm going to think it's worth $5. I might think that a particular piece of gadget or some new technology is worth $500. She's going to think it's worth $50. That's just what our perceptions are. So it's all about what perceived value is. And unfortunately, what has happened is, over a period of time, this whole industry has mutated into perception manipulation. The whole concept has become now, oh, we're going to give our affiliates all this product, and then we're going to tell our affiliates to go out and make it seem like this product is worth $100 a month. And it's not going to be worth $100 a month to everyone. It's only going to be worth $100 a month to those who want to make money from that. Okay, that's not the case with us. We know for a fact that the perceived value is much higher than $19.95 because up until now we were actually selling it for 3 times the price, and we were selling the Elite for $300. So we know the perceived value is already way higher than what we are selling it for at this point, and then we're giving out 75% commissions on top, and we're putting in the CPA offer system, and we're putting in all the software to go with it, and we're putting in all these news sources, and now we have monopoly system, which is, you're taking over the internet at that point. You're selling on Google, you're selling on eBay, you're selling on Amazon, you're selling on 7 other sources of products. It doesn't get any easier or any better or any stronger than that. And behind this whole thing, as easy as this is, there's a marketing engine running along just to keep making you more money. So what we are doing is, just like Roger was talking to all the builders, what we are doing right now is what's going to be happening to everybody who joins in. Right now, I can just look at the questions box, and I see all these people who are like, oh, I'm going to go get it right now. Elite sounds awesome. I'm upgrading right now, and so on and so forth. The same thing is going to be happening on an automated basis with every single person who joins Pro. They automatically start receiving all this information from us, content from us, webinars, phone texts, everything discussing how awesome Elite is. Okay, and we know our conversion is on it. Actually, right off the bat, we already have almost 30% of people who buy Pro will purchase Elite right off the bat.
No follow-up.
That doesn't even include the dripping. Yeah, after the follow-ups and stuff, we know that we get about 50% conversions on that. And I know there are companies out there who are like, promote us, we get 10% conversions, like it's like this insane thing. And we see that all the time. That's very common for us. So we are doing that on your behalf, so that anybody that you refer who joins Pro will eventually become Elite, and you will earn more commissions on that. And that it doesn't stop there. Then the same thing happens when they're on Elite. We actually continue to pursue them with relevant information. We're not hammering them with spam. We're actually teaching them more stuff every step of the way, teaching them why they need to go for Unleashed or why they need to go for Monopoly. Imagine if you were doing Pro, and then you got an email that said, here are 4 other products that you can sell tomorrow to generate an additional $800. You're absolutely going to look at those 4 products. We're going to explain what the products are, and we're going to say, and here's where you can find all of these products, including all the case studies and all the places where you can automate the whole thing. It's in the Elite system. We know it converts like insane. So this whole thing is going to happen in the back office, in the background of the whole thing, on complete autopilot. You guys don't have to do it. You don't have to pursue people. You don't have to convince them how great it is, because we are doing that on your behalf already. Of course, you're going to do that. We're happy for you to do that, because in part, once you start using this, you're going to share that automatically. But it's that we are doing something that I don't know of any other company that truly does. Majority of the companies in this industry rely on their affiliates to be their salespeople. We don't want you as a salesperson. We want you as a partner. We want you to work with us, and we want to build you up. We want to build this business up on your behalf with you, because we know how to automate it. And we know that if we do that and we succeed and your customers succeed and your team succeed and you succeed, there's no end in sight. We're going to keep going and going. We're going to keep evolving. Someday eBay is going to go down and something else is going to come along, and we're going to have that in here, and we'll have that covered. And who knows where we'll end up? Maybe we'll end up being the next big thing. Maybe we'll end up being the next Google or something. I don't know. But the point is that our approach to this is the complete opposite of the average company. Our approach is to treat you like our partner and build this business for you, not to treat you like a salesperson and demand that you make sales for us. Totally different concept and totally different results because of that.
Love it.
You guys are so good at this. I feel like the used car sales. I feel like you guys are sitting there like Tom Brokaw's interviewing you, and you're professionally dressed in chairs, and I'm out there in like the light blue tuxedo going, when you lay it out, I mean, I just speak from passion, but when you lay it out, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why the heck did I let these guys in? No, I'm just kidding.
So go join, Raj. Go join.
Yeah, I'm going to sign up for sure. You know, I've been tempted so many times late at night to go on there and go, I'm going to do the Monopoly myself. I got 10 minutes. I might as well make some extra money. But this is so fun, guys. Thank you so much for everything you've shared with me and everything to build this out. Super proud to be working with you.
Love it. This is insane, guys. I'm looking to see. We got some folks on here making comments about the 175% commission. You know, a lot of companies are out there going, get 100% commissions. Go ahead. I want to see some advertisements, and I want to put together some that say, here's how you can get 175% commissions. So look for that, guys. We're gonna have some sales funnels dedicated just to that.
Awesome. And anything you guys can think of, we'll go to the questions and answers, but anything you guys can think of as far as marketing and autoresponders and banners and drip and Kevin, the last few days before we launched, hey, Kev, how you doing? Hey, I need 27 more drip emails on this topic. Painful. And they all have to be true stories.
Poor Roger's been doing drips and videos. He says every time I talk to you guys, I got to do emails or videos. Hey, follow up is key, guys. We're gonna close your. If anyone that you send to this website, anyone that you get involved with DS Domination, anyone that we get involved with DS Domination on your behalf, because there's going to be a lot of that going on. One thing's for sure, guys, it's going to be profitable for you. So we're very we've built some pretty big organizations, and we always can look out and see what's happening, how to build a great organization, and what the pitfalls are. And we always tear apart these companies that we've been involved with. Nothing negative against the companies, but to be honest, most of them are someone corporate, and they're making a decision at the corporate level that affects 50,000 people, and it's way off, and it's going to hurt their business, and we see it coming, and we're like, come on, why can't you guys get your act together? Get a marketer in charge of this thing. Well, that's all we've been doing, guys, is marketing, building, tearing apart compensation plans, looking at different business models, and I'm going to tell you, this is the best thing out there for you to make money now, for you to make money later, and you've got what I believe to be the exact people that you need in place to help you build this long term and build it huge. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tash, if you're I know you excused me earlier because I had to jump off. If you're busy, Kevin, I can go through the questions, or you can stay on, hop on, whatever you want to do.
Go ahead and start answering the questions. I'm going to stay on while I'm continue to work on some code stuff, but I'm going to stay on because there'll be some questions that will come up that I'm sure will kind of be in my area. I kind of need to explain them. So I'll stay on, but you guys, let's go ahead and start answering questions because we do have a lot of questions on here right now. Yeah, if you can explain, stuff about the affiliate payments, when that needs to happen, and the payout systems. Do you want me to answer about the payouts before you guys take over?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Okay. Regarding payouts, we will have full IPO integration, so you will be able to pay out using. You can get payments anywhere in the world through many different channels. If you want to get debit cards, you can get those. If you want to transfer right to your bank account, you'll be able to do that. If you want to get a check in the mail, you can do that. You have all of those options available with iPayout. We have a higher level integration with them coming in as well, where you will be able to basically repay your month fee and things like that, or you'll be able to cash flow. In the sense, you'll be able to pay for traffic and leads and stuff with your commissions as well. So we will have all sorts of stuff already in there that we have already done as coding, but we want to test it all out, and we're going to release all of that coming up in September, because that's when we will start doing our first commission runs and so on. So all of you will get, when you get paid, you will see the balance in your account will change, and then you'll be able to withdraw that balance at any time that you want into your actual account. Okay? So that hopefully explains it, and I think that was pretty easy to understand.
Why does my balance always say 0? I'm just kidding. Kev, if you want to go through them and just start reading them off and stuff like that, I'll piggyback on any questions that are specific to eBay or anything like that. I'll help you with.
Sounds good. I'm going to take it from the top, guys. All right.
Oh, and Kevin, do you have links for the capture page in case somebody wants to see them?
I'd have to dig them up.
Okay, I'll just post them here in a second.
We've got so many links. Most of these are just, I'm running with it, I'm going with it, this is awesome. So I'm looking, I'm trying to weed out a question. CPAs, I got a question. What is a CPA offer? Well, the CPA offers, guys, is basically we work out a deal with other companies that will pay money for someone to download an app or for someone to fill out a form to basically see their advertisement or get a sample of their product. And usually it's a 100% free thing for you to do, but the company makes money. So what we're going to do, like Hitesh said, is when that happens, when we work out those deals, if you fill out an app to get a CPA offer to get a download an app on your iPhone, and you do that, and everything goes smooth, it usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes to fill out these CPA offers, that company might be willing to pay $50 just for that to happen. No harm on your side, easy for you to do, takes a couple minutes, you just made $50. And then you can pull that money out through DS Domination, or you can use it to pay your tuition in DS Domination, pay your subscription, or you can do whatever you want with it. It's your money. So we're really excited about those. Really excited about those. That's really the barrier. One of the barriers to entry in this industry is just simply getting started. The money, right? Paying the money to get started. Someone will come in and they're at the 1999 level, but they really want to get the elite, or they really want to get Monopoly, or they really want to go to the next level. But it's the money portion. And so we want to remove all those barriers. So CPA offer, pretty cool, pretty easy to fill out and just get money in your back office.
Yeah, and the CPA offer sounds magical. Like, really? Why would they do that? Well, these companies know the value of a customer. And I'll give you an example that I did when I was testing the CPA offers. And first, these guys know everything about CPA offers, so they're going to be very, very incredible CPA offers in regards to integrity and everything else back there for you guys. So I'll give you an example. There was a game site where you can go on and play like Boggle and Price is Right and Pogo type stuff and video games and things like that, and you could enter tournaments and win cash prizes. Okay, so I filled out a CPA offer, and they gave me some credits, and their goal was, okay, when he plays this Price is Right game, he'll become addicted. He might spend money in the future. So I just went on. I was like, I don't want to spend money. I don't care about the Price is Right game. I'm too busy. And they sent me $20 for filling that out instantly. All right, it was just that easy. It took me, 7 minutes. And that's how a CPA offer works. They're banking on the fact that I'm going to spend a lot more than $20 on their silly site. And I didn't, so they lost out there. But their research shows that, and that's where the CPA offer and the whole genre of that comes from.
And we got another question on the CPA offers. What does CPA offer mean? Cost per action. It means cost per action. So basically, people, it's a big affiliate thing. But we gonna test all these out. We got another question asking if we're gonna be inundated with CPA offers and stuff like that. Should we be leery of any of them? And the answer is no. There'll be a section off to the side inside the system where you can fill them out if you want to. If you don't, great. It's all up to you. It's just for folks if they want to. So it's 100%. Do you want to? Yes, you do. No, you don't. And they're all tested to make sure that they're the easiest, most lucrative for you. So we're pretty picky. We're pretty picky. These companies really have to work hard to work with us. Okay.
I love that you're scrolling through these massive sections of people just getting ready to go and excited before you can find a question. It makes us feel like we did a good job explaining it. And
it's funny. I mean, it's mostly just it's really cool to look on the chat and see how people are excited and they're happy and they're you know we got a question. If you buy Elite, does it include Pro? Those are all the products in here are standalone. So Pro is one level, Elite's the next level. And if you have it's two subscriptions. So if you have a subscription to Pro, which is $19.95 a month, you can also get the subscription to Elite. So they're two separate subscriptions. All right. And if you buy the Elite, it doesn't negate the Pro. It's still something you're getting billed for, and it's still its own independent program that you'll be learning
from. The traffic package is a one-time. Buy it now for access to it, and then you buy your lead.
Yes, the marketing extreme. That whole thing is building out to be just a course, and inside of that you'll have the ability to put your autoresponders on our capture pages, so you can generate your own leads. And then inside of that, you can also go out there and buy leads with us, because we have massive amounts of traffic coming into this thing, and you can buy X amount of leads for X amount of dollars, or X amount of clicks for X amount of dollars. So we want to make it very, very easy for the average person, the person who doesn't know what an FTP is, or an autoresponder, or can't generate leads, because let's face it, 90% of the people in our industry can't generate more than 2 or 3 leads, to be honest. So why not leverage us? And that's what we're doing. We want to make that available to our members. So for those of you who are building businesses and you want to generate leads, we got you covered. And they're your leads. You can do whatever you want with them. We'll follow up with them on your behalf for DS Domination, but they'll also go to your list, so you can promote whatever you want to. We want you to be successful in everything you do.
And guys, the timing of what you're rolling in here, every company I've ever been involved with, the timing was perfect, in air quotes. The timing is perfect. It's the end of the world on the Mayan calendar. It's perfect because people are going to want water. Everything I rolled into. But think of the date. The kids are going back to school. My little girl starts kindergarten on Monday. Okay? It's a whole different genre, and the weather breaks, and it starts to cool down, stuff like that. And it's a networking environment at that point. That's just known. That's just data. That's just stats. But as you start rolling in and the seasons start changing and you're rolling towards big Christmas, my last year or two of my eBay career, I took Christmas off. I couldn't handle it. It was so lucrative, but it became work after a while, because it was just nonstop sale after sale after sale after sale. I know that sounds ludicrous, but you do 8 years and you get to a Christmas and you're like, I'm not working in December. Okay, so the timing as you build out your account and start moving and building out your rank on eBay and Amazon and everything else, rolling into Christmas, and the training that's going to roll out. I mean, I can tell you flat out, I will be doing a webinar, I don't know, in the next 40 days, and I will show an electric fireplace. The company will start with Q that makes the fireplace. It's an electric corner fireplace. It costs $199. It will sell on eBay for $300 to $500. It does every year. Okay, and you say, well, everybody's going to try and sell that. But I'm not talking about one particular ad. I'm just saying I know the market so well. I'm going to be able to coach you on what to sell moving forward. What do you sell at Christmas time? What do you sell? You might think toys. One of the best sellers you're going to find is this a boot warmer. Who would have thought of that? You take your boots and this little plastic thing sticks up and you put it on there. Hottest selling item on the planet, okay? Or I had a fellow that I worked with to a six-figure income that sold, he would get it from the dollar store every single year. This dollar store item only was one of those dollar stores that you can spend $5 on. And it was this manger. And he would sell the thing for $100 every single year. Who said manger when I say Christmas time, as far as stuff that was selling? So this is the coaching I'm going to be able to give you as we roll out and start bulking up your account moving into Christmas time, into the season. So, yes, the timing is absolutely perfect.
I love this question about it's back to lead generation. Can an affiliate market their own product, or does it have to be the product you recommend? Any leads that we generate on your behalf, or any leads that come into the system that you personally generate, they're going to go on your list if you have the Market Extreme pack. So they can go on your AWeber, your Get Response list. Those are your leads. You can market to them whatever you want, and we encourage that. We know that a lot of people on this call and that a lot of people out there are doing their own thing. They've got their network marketing program they're doing, and we don't want to take away from that. We just want to add to it. We want to help you make money no matter how we can do that. So hope that answers that question. Roger, you still with us, buddy?
Hi, Farron. I'm just waiting for another question.
Okay, cool. I got another one. Cool.
Celebration.
Yeah, so I got another one right here with Market Extreme. Do you get so many leads or automated promotions per month? You do if you buy leads that we're generating. What'll happen is you'll buy a set amount of leads, and the prices will be back there. You guys can see all that, but you'll buy a set amount of leads that will go through, hit your capture page, and when they hit your capture page, they'll go in your autoresponder. So it's a set amount of leads. You're definitely welcome. Right now, we don't have GVO as an autoresponder. We have GetResponse and AWeber, but we're looking into that for sure. We know a lot of people use GVO, and we don't want people to buy things or buy different softwares if they don't have to.
Hey, I can answer that really quick. We already have integrations done for AWeber and GetResponse, and in Fusion, we are, I would say, halfway done with integration with GVO as well. But either way, by the time September rolls around, we'll be integrated with pretty much any autoresponder that has any decent following. So definitely GVO, AWeber, GetResponse will already be in there by the time that we are fully ready to go with that.
And there's tutorials that you'll have. So for those of you who are saying what's a GVO or what's a GetResponse or an AWeber, don't worry about it. We'll have tutorials on how to set those all up too.
I want a question. To make up a question for me so I feel good.
Can my husband and or wife can husband and wife do this? Husband refer wife. Can you have basically more than one account in a household?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all. And I know you're talking about the network marketing part of it and growing out teams and stuff like that. Absolutely no issue with that whatsoever. We don't put any hindrances on that. And the great thing is we have a number. I wish that I could get on like Sunday at 8 in the morning and just tell stories all day. Sit there drinking coffee or something, because I'm going to roll out 1 billion stories, and I'll try and keep them brief because I know they're going to get annoying. But we have so many husband and wife couples where one's working and one will have some extra free time, and then they both fall in love with this. And my latest favorite story that's been developing, it just happened to have it in concentration. throughout time, there's been a lot of people leaving their jobs and getting home and semi-retiring, retiring, whatever, with the training that's in here. But my latest favorite story is 3 different girls, different places in the country, just happened to come into concentration, are anywhere from 2 to 5 months from delivery. And when they have that baby, they're going to go back to work. And so far, 2 out of 3 of them are all set with training that I've given them to not have to go back to work. And that's one of the stories that, really, really warms my heart as far as the ability to stay home and not have to go back to work. And I know when my first daughter was born, my wife was able to be home. She was a teacher at the time. She was able to be home because we were doing pretty well. And my wife looked up at me, and my daughter was 2 weeks old, and she was the size of a peanut, and said, "Do you realize that if with my leave, I would have to go back and teach school now?" And I was like, there is no way I could take care of that Fabergé about to break, brittle, beautiful egg. I mean, she was so small, Riley. I was like, people go back to work after 2 weeks? Are you kidding me? So thank God she was able to stay home, and that's been very rewarding for me. Okay, no more stories. Go ahead.
Hey, we got to be to work at 1 o'clock in the flight in civilian clothes. Who? Yes, everyone. All right, late. See you there.
Are you just going through the questions, Kev?
I'm still here going through some of the questions.
Yeah. He just mutes himself and forgets it. He does that on Skype too.
You just cough, and I'll tell another story. I love to tell them. Go through.
Yes. Please tell more stories. I actually like listening to your stories too. For one, I know that I can safely zone you out because you're not going to ask me a question, and then I'm kind of caught unaware. But on the other side, those are actually very nice stories too.
Yeah, well, John up in Virginia. John, this was pretty early on in my training. I was doing eBay personally the first few years, and I put a little silly ad out there on eBay, get trained on eBay. People started bidding on it, and the lady that won it was a lady named Pat down in Little Rock, Arkansas, no cell phone, dial-up, and I didn't put any stipulations in the ad, so I trained her all over the phone. She had to borrow her neighbor's cell phone, but that wasn't the story I was going to tell. But shortly after that, when I realized there was a value to what I had learned, you see, when I learned this stuff, I climbed up Mount Everest like 1 inch at a time, and it was pretty cool being on the top of Mount Everest, but since I did it so slowly over time, I didn't realize there was value to it. So once I realized I was charging, I started off with $500, went up to $2,500 for training, okay? This guy, John, bought it up in Virginia, and he was reaching out to me, and he was growing and growing and more money and more money. He was working the night shift as a manager at Walmart. And he kept telling me, he's like, Roger, can I quit? I'm making X amount of dollars, and I need to make X amount of dollars. Can I quit? Can I quit? And I never wanted to say, yeah, man, leave your job. That's not my style, So I advised him finally. I was like, take a couple weeks off, and if you have a vacation, see what the best you can do is with 2 weeks off, 24/7, all you can put into it. See the money then, and if it's such a large scale, go ahead and leave. Well, before that 2-week vacation, they're having a family outing on Memorial Day or something like that. And he went out to the picnic and everything else, and he had to leave to go to work while all his family was there celebrating hot dogs, things like that. And that night he quit. He's like, I've had enough. And to this date, he's well into a 6-figure income on eBay.
Love the stories. That's insane. I want one more, Raj.
DJ is 18 years old, okay? And I got an ad online. I'm doing a primary business, a network marketing company. At the same time, I have this eBay capability, and DJ's out of California. And 18-year-old kid, it's about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. If you know me, I'm usually up that late, and we're talking on the phone. And my goal is to put him into my primary program. We go down the road of eBay, and he's selling one product on eBay that he's physically sourced and stuff like that, and I'm doing very well on eBay. And DJ was edgy, okay? He's one of my favorite people in the world now. He's like a son to me, but he was edgy. So we're about 60, 70, 80 minutes into the conversation, and I'm obsessed with my house being straight and in order. So Well, I'm talking to him. I decided to start washing some dishes. And DJ, matter of fact, said, well, if you're doing so well, why are you washing your own dishes? So, yeah, no, you met DJ. It's a funny story. But DJ gets involved, okay? Ramps this thing up to an unprecedented level. I mean, he's coming at me with theories and ideas and mathematical formulas and just craziness on how to supercharge his eBay. And we're bouncing back and forth like, two geeks at a chess tournament. Blah, 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 and we're going absolutely nuts. And the thing I appreciate about DJ is when my daughter Riley came along, every year I would get presents. I mean, imagine a 19-year-old kid in California that I'd never met. He was 18, but 19 at the time when Riley came along, sending out, there's a Riley Farms in California, some sort of apple picking place. And he would send out jellies and jackets and shirts from there, and they'd arrive in the mail. And Riley had never met him, and I had never met DJ. And DJ gets deep six-figure income, just a master on eBay. And you guys will meet him shortly. In fact, he's had a lot of thought and communication with me in the training. And 3-4 weeks ago, August 2nd, whatever that is, we get to meet DJ for the first time in Chicago at an event, and my daughter finally got to give DJ a hug and stuff like that. I think he's 23, 24 now. So just amazing, the connectivity and the rewards you get out of this on my end for sure.
Awesome. And we got a question. You guys, everyone on here will meet DJ, by the way. He's awesome. He's got such a knowledge of eBay. I know even it shocked me one night. Roger's like, "Oh, I gotta go talk to DJ. He learned something, and he's starting to surpass me. He's so good at this stuff, you know." And I was like, "No, there's no way someone could know more of this than Roger does, you know." But cool thing. I got a question. Is this international? Guys, it's international. It's international. So if you're international, you can get in here and do this. There's no barrier.
And what you guys will see here when you're determining whether or not this is legit, I mean, you got to know it's legitimate by now. But the fact that I can just snap my fingers and roll out a story on every single question, and I'll stop. I mean, Kevin, please stop me after this. But a guy named Mike down in Costa Rica. Okay, now he's in Costa Rica I don't know much about Costa Rica. If I insult anybody, I apologize. But my understanding is very cheap to live. So he got up on eBay, and he's making sales, and he's actually from England, living in Costa Rica. I don't know why. Doesn't matter. So we get to communicate and get to know each other on Skype, and we do video Skype, and every time I would look at the background and his apartment or his house he was staying in. It was just immaculate. And finally one day I was like, Mike, I got to ask you a question. How is your place just so clean? Like, I'll call you at 2 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 7. How is it so clean? He said, Roger, what would you do if you're me? I'm living in a country where the jobs don't pay anything, okay, and I can have someone come in and clean for like $11 a week or something silly like that, and light bulb went off. You're in a place where you can live for nothing, but you're selling on eBay.com and making the money that people here that, pay big mortgages and taxes and all this crazy stuff can do too. So I'm excited about the stories that are going to come out of other countries of people making serious money in an environment where the cost of living is that much more cheaper.
I got a cool question. Well, this question's kind of answered in the training. They're asking, I'm only allowed to make 10 listings on eBay. How long will it be like this? Roger can answer that directly, but there's some if you go through the training, you're gonna see how you can get around that.
Okay, another story. No story here. Okay. When you go through the training, you're gonna learn how to get your limits lifted rapidly, and you're gonna also learn how to sell in other categories and be able to open multiple eBay accounts with one single PayPal account. Okay, and that's as deep as I'll go into it.
Yeah.
And then you can have multiple accounts open, and then when you have multiple accounts open, obviously have more items while you're waiting for those limits to lift as your feedback starts rolling in, and your limits are going to lift a lot faster with the training that I have on how to contact eBay called seller vetting, and all of that information, exactly what to say. Great question. Finally, an eBay question.
I got a question. Lancelot, is that your real name, my friend? Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's probably the coolest name ever. That is awesome. Oh, that's too cool. Love it. Okay, I'll stop.
Sweet,
I
sweet,
just think
sweet.
isn't that not the best name ever? Lancelot.
Yeah,
Really?
that is a pretty cool name.
Man, I should name my
You,
kid that.
you better be a stud, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
You
to
better be the
rename my
coolest cat
son
on the
now.
planet. Yeah.
When we meet you at our first event, I hope you have a sword. From Jamaica. Look at you.
Yeah.
All right, you're definitely coming to our first event.
Yeah.
That is unique. All right, we got a long question here. I'm gonna read this.
Yeah, Kevin, our first event, when you bring that up, you remember Sharon Butters down in Jamaica. We were in a different company, and
Oh, I love Sharon.
Sharon, yeah, just an amazing person. She worked at a doctor's office, and we got to know her and things like that. And the company we're in was almost going to go to Jamaica. We were so excited to go down there and see her, but now with the stuff that we have and we're rolling out and adding to it, I mean, the event with people. We want the world there. I mean, the internet connects the world. We want to meet everybody. I mean, we should have a contest for travel the furthest.
Yeah,
Whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Furthest traveler, man. We want to meet the guy in the corner in Siberia willing to come down in the dead of winter. We want to meet everyone.
Oh
And
yeah,
celebrate
I
everyone.
would love.
Yeah.
Yeah, we Sharon. I'd love to get Sharon down there. And she was. You look at some of the when you look at international marketers, guys, they're just amazing. I love it. I love working
Yeah.
with folks from all around the world. So it really puts like chains on us if we promote something that's only available in the States. And so that was one of our main priorities going in. This got to be international. We got to have something international because you're
You
just
guys, you guys should
it's awesome.
know that Kevin and I had made deep six-figure income together before we met each other.
Yeah,
We only met each other twice, and we met each other in another company now. And Kevin's in Japan, and I'm in North Carolina, and we met each other twice. I mean, it's a big hotel meeting down there,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I was getting ready to go up and speak, and out of the corner of my eye, Kevin walks in. I'm like, I don't want to say anything, so I'm going to give Kevin a hug because we had made huge money together and got to know each other and each other's families. So just a strange world, right?
It's amazing, and you'll find guys like-minded people. I mean, you are who you hang out with. The top six people, right? You guys have all heard that before. You are who you hang out with. The top six people. So like my best friends in the world are just successful, awesome people. Roger's my best friend in the entire world, and so it's amazing. That holds so true. When you look at if your friends and your best friends are doing good and they're the caliber like Roger is, your life is just enriched in like so many different ways. So love it, guys, love it. But I got
Yeah,
here's a
Jim Chow, same thing. Jim Chow,
oh
right?
yeah,
Exact same thing. Same
Jim's like my
model.
little
Never met
brother.
him. You never met him. Yep.
No, no, I never met him, and I'll tell you, you guys will meet Jim. You guys will meet. We have a big surprise in store for you with Jim, but you'll meet Jim. You'll get to know him, and he was like the youngest income earner in a company that I joined way back, and I joined that company because of Jim, because I saw what he was doing, and I was like, if this kid can do it, like 21 years old, I don't even know if he was 21 years old yet. I wish he'd chime in here, but I don't even know if he was 21 years old, but he was like, the youngest guy to hit 10K in the company, and he did it fast, and he had such an amazing skill set to grow a business. And I'm like, all right, I gotta hang around this guy, and he's like my brother today. So just the relationships you can make in this industry, guys, are amazing. And I got a
Yeah.
question about um, Beth. Beth, I see your question here, and she's asking basically, she's in another company and she wants to generate some leads for it. She wants to grow that as well as DS Domination. And I know I've said this a couple times, but I'll reiterate this, guys. You definitely, we want you to be successful in everything you're doing. And the leads that you do generate in the Market Extreme Pack, they are indeed your leads on your list. Promote away, you know. So pretty cool.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
Hello.
And as long as we're telling stories, just because he'll get mad. Hey, Tess.
Hey, bro.
He was on the phone when I met him. He was on the phone with Kevin, okay? And he's talking, I don't know, some sort of language that to lead generation backlinks spin around, dominate. I don't even understand it, okay? And I'm listening. I'm trying to encapsulate this because the words that I'm getting, every 10 words he could sell for like $1 million ebook or something. So I'm trying to gather it all in. I'm not even focused. And we're going back and forth, and I'm listening. I'm just scribbling. And then all of a sudden he asks if I have children. And I tell him my $2. And this guy's time is worth like $1 million a minute. And he starts asking me in depth about my kids, and we get to know his family. We haven't met, okay? We haven't met, but we know each other's families. And we know when our kid gets sick, it was pretty remarkable. We had a string there where Natasha's child would get sick and my child would get the same thing that night. And then vice versa and vice versa. And it went on for like it was scary. I was like, Natasha, please don't get sick, your kids or my kids, I promise.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing.
Craziness. For those of you who have been on like other webinars, this usually happens. Like we'll sit here and when we're done talking about what we need to talk about, as far as business side, we just kind of like we just want to hang out with you guys because we a lot of companies and a lot of stuff out there and you just feel like a number and I hate that. And we're building a family here. So you're part of the family, you know.
Yeah.
Love it.
Imagine a conversation like this in the last company we're in, Kevin.
Oh no, they'd
It's
be
like,
like, "I'm sorry,
bam, bam, bam,
yeah.
get off the phone.
Did you place your order yet?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
I just have a question. Yeah.
for sure.
Peg, as soon as this webinar is over, you'll have it tonight. I'm going to be sending out. I get a lot of questions on is this recording? Yes, we're recording this, and we'll send out the recording for you guys to use for promotions and stuff like that. And you got to understand, like we love doing webinars. We love doing calls like this. We had one of our leaders. I told you guys that we were starting to connect with our leaders already and making sure that, if you have a real big leader in this company and they're responsible for bringing in a bunch of people, there's got to be some special attention there. And so we want to make sure that you guys know what's going on because we've been in network marketing companies where we're running a team of 10, 15, 20,000 people. And I asked the company a question, man, I've got a team of 20,000 people and they're asking me questions. I need some answers here. I need some help here. And if I don't get it, I get pretty cranky. So we want everyone to be taken care of. So we're opening up more and more lines of communication and being just as transparent as we can. And we want to know what problems you have. We want to make sure that we're helping you grow. We want to take your considerations and actually act on them quickly. We can get things done fast here because we know what we're doing. So we're building those relationships. And one of the leaders said, "Hey, are we doing a webinar on Sunday?" Well, we weren't, but if you guys want one, if you guys want a webinar, we do a webinar. If you guys need something, we're gonna do it for you. So I wish I just want you guys to know that we're here just to help you and help you build, and we're listening to you. And Clarence, I
Yeah.
am in the Air Force still, and I will be in the Air Force for about 2.5 more years, guys. I'm not getting out of the Air Force prematurely. I'm going to retire out at my 20-year mark. I love the camaraderie. I love the family that I have there. I love what I do there. I love serving my country, and I'm going to see that through to the end. It doesn't matter. I haven't needed the money in a decade. It's not for that. In fact, if you know me, then you know one of the decisions that got me into network marketing was because I wanted to stay in the Air Force. I wanted to work this job and do this, but I couldn't do it on the salary they were giving me. I couldn't pay for my kids' college. I couldn't do the things. Wasn't poor, wasn't broke, but living paycheck to paycheck, it wasn't enough. I had to branch out from that. So I got into network marketing. And that's allowed me to have the lifestyle and have the ability to do what I want to do while working the job I want to work. Not everybody wants to just sit at home on the couch, and work from home. While that is my goal when I retire out of the Air Force, it's still I'm in a situation where I want to do what I'm doing right now. I love it. I got to fly an F-16 about a year back, and I'm not a pilot, guys. I make parts from scratch, but I got to fly an F-16 because of some work I did, and they just wanted to take me in a jet, and it was one of the greatest experiences I've been through. And I have experiences like that all the time, so I don't want to give that up quite yet. So long-winded answer to, yep, I'm staying in.
Hey, Kev, a couple quick things. One, I want to give a shout out to Scott Pope. I've been working with him a while, and he's shown amazing leadership in helping people. And he's had some incredible highs and lows over the last year. And I won't talk about the lows, just some personal thing that happened. But yeah, new baby born, everything else. Just an incredible man, and just people I got to know, and I've worked with him for a long time before I met him down, I think, in St. Louis. Only met him once, and I just got an email message from Jeff. Now, let me preface this by saying eBay has a rule that you got to be 18 years or older to sell on eBay. But if mom or dad or Uncle Bill get involved, you can discuss that. But the message that came across was Jeff wrote, "I'm on a www.something.com webinar in one room. And in the other room, my daughter is making eBay sales with this training. Oh, yeah, she's only 13 and making $100 a day." Kidding me? I took out garbage and delivered newspapers for like $7 a week. Unfair.
If you had this information, when you were 13, Roger, you'd be a multi-billionaire by now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good for her. Make sure she puts towards college or online marketing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like investments. I got friends in the Air Force who are like, why don't you just invest some of your money? No, I invested in lead generation because we can turn it over tenfold. Like, what are you talking about? Investments in what? No, dude, I don't need to do no stocks, no bonds for this guy. Not when you can when we have advertising platforms like we have and we've developed. Just put in the advertising and more money comes out the other end.
Hey, you talk about investments, the returns, when you have a customer return an item, it's super easy. It's in the training. Actually, I train you how to make money when a customer returns an item, how to actually make extra money off of that. Well, when I was doing the 1.2 to 1.8 million, around 2,500 listings. And I'd get about 176 emails a day, and I learned how to go through them and answer 3 or 4 of them. The other 172 were irrelevant. And I learned how to do that, and it took me about 6 hours a day to generate that income, and that's when I was, at my best. Well, some of my best was a customer would ask to return an item. It would take me about 4 or 5 minutes to set up a return, but I was so busy or / lazy, I would say, you know what, just send it back to me at this address. So I was kind of banking on the fact the customer would be lazy and not send it to my house. Well, 7 out of 10 of them sent it to my house, so it would all be out in the garage, all right? I put it in the old garage, and every now and then I go out there, and you talk about back full circle, you talk about investing. It's amazing over time to see what the price of things do over time. There's this Calphalon pan, okay? And it was always $29.99. I'd sell it for $47.99 or something like that on eBay. And now the thing's like $100. I was out in my garage and I found this blow dryer, okay, new in the package. Somebody returned it, and I was like, I just wonder what this thing is before I toss it in the garbage. It was selling on eBay for $300. I'm like, this has been sitting in my garage, and I sold it. I don't even know what I sold it for 5, 7 years before. Crazy. Crazy. Talk about investments. Invest in product and just throw it in the garage.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, guys, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have to hop off here in a minute. If we got any final questions you guys want to toss in there, or Hitesh, if you're still listening, I have any final comments, my friend?
No, I'm here. Let's go ahead and put the webinar's time tomorrow on the screen.
It's still showing
So
your
that,
screen.
yep. Well, what you do is you right-click on your name and you select Make Presenter.
All right.
And that will give you the good
This will all be in the training.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, this is all training. I already made the videos and sent it over, Kevin. Just watch it.
No, you didn't. He's lying. He didn't do the video.
We probably did.
You see, guys, you see what I have to deal with?
I'll tell you, right in the middle of launching all this, we need a test for specific functionality. I mean, the crazy stuff that nobody understands. And he's in there coding and coding. He's got a whole team of coders and coders and coders. And I don't know, it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. He's like, hey, check this out. He shows this capture page of this curtain moving and nail filing. When did you have time to I thought when the countdown hit 0, like my house was going to catch on fire and people were going to deliver pizzas or something. He's so insane. So I'm excited about
that. That is what happened, but then I used the time machine to go back and fix that, so you didn't have to experience that.
I saw a time machine in my driveway. Oh, that's what it was.
No, that was the coffee maker. No, that was the coffee maker. I wasn't in the driveway. I was in the attic.
Nice.
All right. What time is the webinar tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
And we will definitely send you guys an email letting you know as well.
I'll tell you guys, for the marketers, you guys know this. The next little while, it's going to be, what is it? How's it work? What is it? How's it work? And then, in not too short of a time, at the pace we're going at, we're really setting records, like $1,000 in sales were coming in every hour on the hour, and people coming in. It won't be too long for you to say, oh yeah, they'll say, oh yeah, I heard that, I got it. Yeah, I'm already doing that. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, so where you're in here on the ground floor, and we're just getting started, and you can see that how amazing the system is. If you're back there already, you want to pack out this webinar tomorrow. You know.
Yes, and tomorrow's webinar is going to be very much focused on laying it all out systematically. We are actually going to have a close on there. We'll have lots of fun on there as well, but we already have some teams coming on, and we really recommend that if you have people who don't understand the eBay thing, or they don't understand how the whole thing works or what's so unique about DS Domination, invite them to the webinar, have them on the webinar, and that alone will probably explode your earning from the affiliate side of DS Domination just from that one thing. So just invite them to the webinar and just tell them, hey, I want to show you how you can make money with eBay, or how you can sell on eBay. Or I know these guys who are doing really well by selling stuff on eBay, and they have a presentation. Just anything even that casual is going to do really, really well. So just make sure that we pack out the webinar tomorrow. We want the webinar to be overflowing.
And when you guys wake up, I'll have out for you. When you wake up, you'll have the link in your inbox, and you'll be able to use it.
Nobody's going to sleep, Kevin. You kidding me?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be back there listing on Amazon, making tons of money.
It's Saturday night. I'm already getting diapers queued up to change and bottles warming. Look out. My wife's laughing at me like, you don't even know where the diapers are. The first one, I change nearly every diaper. I'll tell you that. The second one, she's a redheaded wild child. She doesn't want anything to do with Dad. Dad's a lunatic. Okay? But I do my best.
All right, guys. I think that's about it. 8 o'clock tomorrow is going to be the next webinar. I'll send that out to you here in a few hours, actually. Once we get off this one, I'll have the link for the next one. Send it out to you, and we'll see you guys there. Invite as many people as humanly possible.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything.